And back on the water again, we can see the Elstrom boat going pretty slow down there. And I hear over the radio right now he just got a $100 fine for going that slow. And that's interesting to me because he doesn't have a lot of water coming up on his canopy, but he was still able to get that penalty.
And plus, he's going slow, and he's on the outside.
I know, and he's trying to get his timing marks for the outside in case he gets stuck out there. So it's going to be an interesting final heat, Rich.
A lot of chess play on the water at Percy Priest Lake in Nashville. Brand new race course. A lot of the drivers still trying to figure it out as we head into the start of Heat 3B. And you see the Elstrom boat picking up top speed right now, but it was Greg Hopp who had the lead as we crossed the start-finish line.
And Dave Villwock obviously hit his mark since he's accelerating now. He wouldn't be doing that if he wasn't on time. So it looks like he's going to have another good start on the outside.
And just gaining ground as we speak. Dave Villwock in that U16, we mentioned it earlier in the race. He looks as sharp as we've seen it all season long.
And there he goes, outside lane, flying start. Greg Hopp didn't have too bad a start in the inside either, but Villwock has about 15 miles an hour on him on the outside.
You talk to Villwock pre-race, post-race. He's a real old-school driver, Nate, much like you were when you drove on the hydroplane tour. He doesn't mind staying on the outside if he knows he has the boat with the guts and the speed to take care of business.
Well, sometimes you have to trust your boat, and you have to trust your boat can go that fast. And right now, he's putting on a good show. He's doing a good job. You can see the wings. He's controlling it in the front to keep the boat on the water. He's doing a wonderful job in the E-Land.
Now, what's going on in his mind as we are sitting in the cockpit with Dave Villwock?
Now, let's listen to this for a second. Hear that thing rattling like that? He's watching that gearbox. He's hearing and feeling that water pounding. Because a lot of times you don't know the boat's going to raise on you. You're feeling it in your butt. You're actually feeling the seat banging around, kind of like you'd be flying a helicopter. It's kind of a seat of the pants kind of a driving situation.
The Elstrom picking up speed. The Elstrom boat in the U16 driven by Dave Villwock, driving on that ever so wonderful, clean water. That's staying clean, and that's what Dave Villwock wants to do.
He got a little bit light right there. You watch that. He puckered on that one for sure.
A little wobble is good. A lot of wobble, not so good.
But a big wobble will always start with a small one. Remember that.
On board once again with the U16 Elstrom boat driven by Dave Villwock. The bright orange boat, hard to miss it, and he's looking in his rear view mirror, his side view mirrors as it were, to see the other two boats that are on the water with him. Greg Hopp is very game right now in the Leland boat, though, trying to stay as close as possible.
Well, you bet yourself that Dave Villwock's watching that left mirror. He knows exactly where Greg Hopp is. He knows exactly what he has to do to win this heat. He's getting some important data for their onboard computer system so he can come back in, look at it, and they know exactly what they want to do for the final.
We're in our last lap. You see a bird's eye view of Dave Villwock with about a 2 rooster tail lead, maybe a 3 rooster tail lead over Greg Hopp in the U100. And again, you see that wobble there on the backstretch.
He rattled it up once again. He's doing a good job getting as loose as you can. He knows exactly that edge you have to fly it at. I think Dave's going to have a lot of bullets in his gun here for the final heat.
We're coming around to the final turn. You see the buoys, just like Dave Villwock would see the buoys, and he has nothing but a checkered flag to pass. Another 400 points for Dave Villwock. Things can't be any better right now in the U16 camp.
Well, I know that he's happy for the heat win, but I'm sure he's smacking his head wondering what to do about that $100 thing. What's he got to do? I mean, how does he avoid that?
Well, after the penalties started coming down a little more faster and more furiously than we're used to seeing here on the ABRA Hydroplane Tour, I'm sure that's just another wrinkle that the drivers have to concern themselves with. We look at the final standings for 3B. Another 400 for Villwock, followed by Greg Hopp, and Mike Weber in the Formula boats picks up 225 points.